Hello interwebs, coming in with a fresh one for you today, which is in the shape of the iPhone 4 replacement screen. There's obviously going to be a million and one of these on the internet, but I don't care, so whatever. As you can see, I've got a smash screen here, and I'm going to go ahead and replace it. The spare parts I'm using are complete display assembly, such as available on eBay in all sorts of places. So this is the LCD and the front glass. It's important that you get the complete assembly because the LCD is supposed to be bonded to the glass, which makes sure that you don't get any dust between them or anything like that. And plus, to be honest, I'll be very impressed if you can separate the LCD from the broken glass without damaging it. So off we go. Now this is a very early iPhone 4, you can tell because it's got Phillips screws on the bottom. The vast majority of iPhone 4s and 4Ss will have security screws, so you'll need the security screwdriver. Widely available on eBay for about £1. Usually replacement screens come with a toolkit for this job, so you'll probably get one there. So if you've got a 4S, the procedure is fairly similar, but there are a couple of subtle differences, so my advice would be to look for a 4S guide, not a 4 guide. I may well do a separate 4S guide for the benefit of everyone else at a later date. So as you can see, I've just gone ahead and slid the back cover up and off, and now basically I'm going to gut the entire inside of the phone out, working down in layers from top to bottom. I have to start with the battery, however, so we'll take that out. Now this tab very rarely works, so I use a metal prying tool. I usually pry from where the volume buttons are. There's usually enough strength there. You go down in the centre and just pry under and slide in behind the battery like that, and then do that with it. You can bend the battery, just do not pierce it. That's super important because lithium batteries like this will literally catch fire if they're pierced. So that's actually, it literally will explode. I don't mean that in one of those sort of warning it can burn ways. It actually explodes. So you have been warned. Right, so battery out. I'm just going to start removing things, as I say, from top to bottom now. Make sure you track where the screws are coming from. A common problem I see on DIY attempts is people have not tracked what screws go where, and they've got no idea how to reassemble the phone as a result. This screw here is crap. The thread always breaks on it 9 times out of 10, so if you find it's turning, don't be discouraged, just brute force it out. Okay, that's the basic teardown done. Next we need to remove the screen. We've got a screw in each corner and then 3 down each side. screws out, get a prying tool and go straight under the plastic rim, right down to the metal. The metal doesn't scratch very easily, so you can be fairly vicious here. Watch out for flying glass. Right, and then just feed those cables through the back. There we have it. There's our old one. Now, the part that we need to hang on to is the grill, the little bit of mesh from the earpiece. Now, unfortunately, on this phone, it's missing. So what I will have to do, I'll have to press on without it for the time being. Normally, I remove it from the old screen, and you'll find that it will just stick down on the earpiece there. And then when you put the new screen on, you get the nice original Apple grill. So again, I'm going to continue on without it because I don't have it in the first place. But at this point, you would normally remove it. Now, I'm just going to roughly clean up the shards of glass from the sticky stuff here. You can optionally just remove these sticky strips. They're not required at all. You don't need to stick the screen down. You can see it's got enough screws holding it in as it is. For me, it depends on what condition it's in. If it's in good condition, I'll keep it. If it's already completely ruined, I may remove it. So, whatever. Right, now critical juncture at this point. Just remove the backing strip there. Now these cables, you need to make sure you feed these through properly. This is where everyone goes wrong. This back one is the trouble fella. You've got to make sure they both go through the hole. Just see if I can bring that closer to you for you. So through the hole there, and on the other side of the phone, just make sure that the back one there has come all the way through, so it's not at a cocked angle. And then put it all together, so you should find they're still equal length. If it's not equal length, stop it and do it again, because otherwise that cable gets trapped between the frame and the display assembly. Then it's too short, people tug on it to pull it through, it snaps off. I've seen that many times on bodged DIY ones. That's where everyone goes wrong. So after that, we'll just flatten that down in there nicely. And now these screws go back on. There we go. Once you've got these four ones in, I strongly suggest peeling the front off and just checking the home button. Make sure you've got a nice click on that. Sometimes I find that the eBay screens, the tolerances are slightly out and you don't get a nice click on that home button. It may even be completely solid. I periodically check it as I put the screws in. If you find that it's gone completely, if you find it's too stiff or it's even gone rock hard and you can't push it in or out, basically just loosen off the screws a little bit, move it about and tighten them again, and just fettle with it and experiment until you've got the screws in and the home button working. Don't persist and hope for the best, because if the home button is jammed, it's not just that you don't get a nice click, you may find that you can't use it at all, or even worse, it's jammed on. And then if it's a 4S, you just constantly have Siri asking you what you want to do. on the assembly. So reverse order, start from the bottom, work up in layers. Just a quick one. This I/O shield, it does actually serve a purpose. As well as holding the wires in place, it also doubles up as a antenna. This tiny little bit of metal here has a nasty habit of coming off, and if it does, your Wi-Fi will stop working. So if you spot that bit coming off, make sure you save it. If you do lose it, you can get these for like a few quid on eBay, so it's not the end of the world. Flat battery. However, well, you saw it just then, it does work. So, mission accomplished. Just putting that back cover back on. And there we go. All fingerprinty already, but nothing that a cloth and a bit of glass cleaner won't sort out. So, and that's it. Only other advice I would give at this point is get a toothbrush or something, and I just get all the pocket lint out of all the orifices. More like it. And there you have it. Done. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.